All right, there we go. We should be live. How we doing, everybody? Let's hope that the internet doesn't crash at my house again like it did yesterday, because that was nonsense. That was absolute nonsense. There's a bunch of people already here, and for that I appreciate it. Thank you very much for coming to hang out with me today. You guys are awesome. I mean, before I even hit go live, there were a bunch of people here just chatting and having a conversation, which is really, really cool. Hey there, Andrew and Michael and Lucas and Jacob and Ruben and Roman and everybody else. Yeah, it's me, Vaxxer. Who are you expecting? So we have day 2 here. What do you guys think of day 2? I should probably send out a tweet, right? I should send out a tweet. It says, what did you think of day 2 of Google Stadia's good stuff? It was great. It was meh. And it was bad. There we go. Oh, you know what I'll do? We're discussing it right here, right now. Let me grab the URL and copy and close and tweet. All right, everybody, I just tweeted that out. So you guys can reply to that. I mean, you can reply right in chat, but you can vote on that tweet. If you don't follow me already, I am at RunJumpStomp on Twitter. And I see that we've already got a super chat that came in. Let me bring that up on the screen. Dave, thank you very much for that super chat. And, you know, right at the end, I believe Travis McGuire gave us the super chat that said win hype. And I don't know if I thanked him yesterday. Everybody who came and, you know, supported the stream by using super chats, thank you very much. If you are one of the people who did the applause, there were a couple people that did applauses yesterday. Thank you very much. It doesn't tell us who you are, unfortunately, but we do appreciate you. You guys are fantastic. Ruben says, I like day 2. Juror stands for, okay, games, judges without cheese. I think that's what your name says. Humankind is great. At last, a strategy game. Yeah, there were a lot of people who were hoping for a strategy game to come to Google Stadia. I know that Jem wanted it to be a real-time game, but I'm actually happy that it's a turn-based game, because I'm better. I do better at turn-based games. My APM, my actions per minute, they're just too low to do well in games like Age of Empires and Warcraft 3 and you know, StarCraft. Those games I've always been pretty bad at. I do like the I have not played the demo, Ray. I do like the you know, the 4X turn-based games. I never get super into them, but I'm always happy to try them out and play them for a little bit. Lair Bear says, I'm not really liking Lauren Z's side as a host. I think she did a fine job. I didn't find anything wrong with what she did. Did you hear about Ubisoft Connect? That's the new Uplay Plus. That's not the new Uplay Plus. Ubisoft Connect is just a way for you to, like, it's like an account system. Like, if you have any Ubisoft games, they like have these shared achievements and unlockable stuff. So like if I am buy a skin in Division 2, and this is just an example of my understanding of it. If I buy a skin in Division 2, along with that skin, I'll get some of this weird Ubisoft currency that I can then use to like unlock the thimble in Monopoly and stuff like that. That's how I understood it. Yes, Kevin Webb is saying it's replacing Ubisoft Club. Reddit seems a lot happier today. I wouldn't know. I can't get to Reddit today. I like Reddit. Oh, now I can. Now I can get to Reddit. I haven't been able to get to Reddit at all today. That's weird. Well, there you go. Let me put this over onto here. Joel Thompson. So the expansion for Orcs Must Die 3 isn't included in Pro, correct? Did they talk about the specific? Did they talk about the specifics for that? It says here, Orcs Must Die 3 gets bigger and crazier in the new Drastic Step expansion. Play 5 new scenarios with new tricks, new traps, and a brand new war scenario full of marauding green monstrosities. Claim Orcs Must Die 3 free with Stadia Pro, and buy the expansion for $10 in the Stadia store starting November 6th. So I would assume no. If you want to get the expansion, then you got to pay for it. And I think that that's perfectly reasonable. I don't think that we are owed all of the expansions for Orcs Must Die 3, in perpetuity. Yeah, it's a $10 expansion pass to a game that we received for free if you are a Stadia Pro member, and I think that's fine. Lucas Van Anger says, Lauren Z-Side is very chipper. I like her energy. Yeah. I thought she did a great job. I don't have any problem with what she said or how she did. I think that there was, I have zero problems with it. Liam Fay says, Bill, a question for you. Do you think calling beta test in the place of demo is okay? Or should they have called it a beta/alpha test? Well, I mean, they're saying it's a beta test. Let me go back to the actual phrasing that they say. It says, starting now on Stadia, play the Humankind beta free for 7 days through October 28th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. You can also pre-order the full game, which launches April 2021 on the Stadia store for $50. That's a special limited time price for pre-orders, so don't wait. Oh, that's interesting. If you buy it early, you save $10. I think it's good that they label it as beta, because this game is a long way out. And even though they're saying, hey, it's coming out, April, who knows if it's actually going to come out April. It's perfectly reasonable to think that the game might get delayed due to COVID, or games just get delayed all the time, even outside of COVID. The way that they describe, I remember reading someplace that the way that they're describing this is, how did they, something about devs, something or other. It said something, basically they're developing it in public so that people can have more input to it, which is very, very much beta. And if they label it as a demo, then people might think, hey, I'm not too happy with this particular game because of, this problem or that problem or that problem. By saying, hey, it's in beta, that's like saying, all right, well, we can forgive it. And it's very similar to the early access on Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 is fantastic, but it's a ridiculous buggy mess. It's unfinished, but it's also at the same time really, really fun and compelling, and I love playing that game. And it's good that they label it early access so that people know what to expect. And that's kind of the same thing with Humankind. Open dev beta. Thank you. Thank you, Merrick. Merrick says, if people haven't tried Stadia yet, I can't imagine that they'll try it because of Pac-Man and the beta of Humankind. Fingers crossed for tomorrow. Merrick, I disagree with you. I think that there's a lot of people. In fact, I watched a Twitch stream yesterday. There was a guy who was streaming Pac-Man, and he was playing it. He was enjoying it. And he is not somebody that ever used Stadia before, and I know because he said it on stream. He said, this game is awesome. I can't wait to keep playing it. I'm going to wait until it comes to my platform of choice, though, because I'm not interested in playing it on Stadia. Okay, that's fine. But it did get him to try Stadia. And there's going to be, you know, for everybody that tries it, there's going to be some people that say, yeah, this is for me. And there's going to be some people that say, you know what, this isn't for me. But it's definitely going to get people to try Stadia that never would before, especially because the onboarding steps were so easy. I tried it yesterday as part of my stream yesterday. I used a different email address that doesn't have a Stadia account. And I signed up and tried Pac-Man. And there was a bunch of clicks because they wanted me to set privacy settings. I think that they should get that stuff out of the way. But as I went, I was on board from no Stadia account to playing Pac-Man in like 5 minutes. And I think most of that time was me setting like, who can see me playing games, who can see my achievements, who can see this and that and the other thing. I think if they streamline that a little bit, it'd be even better. And there's a lot of people who really, really like 4X games, and they probably don't have super powerful PCs, because a lot of 4X, you know, a lot of the older 4X, like there's a buddy of mine, he still plays every single day. He still plays Civ 4. His computer is not super powerful. He's still playing Civ 4 every single day. And if he has good enough internet, I have no idea what his internet is at his house is like, but if he has good enough internet, then he can try this game out and decide if it's for him or not. And that might get him interested in playing other games. Oh, look at this. This is a game that I really, really like. I don't have to upgrade my computer to play it. And oh my God, it looks so much better than the other games that I was playing. Oh, I can also play like this crazy Pac-Man game. Awesome. Oh, I can also play Red Dead Redemption. I saw Jack Black playing that on YouTube. I'm gonna try it out. Like that kind of thing is very, very cool, and it's gonna bring people in. And just because this game doesn't appeal to, and I'm not gonna say you, but just because the game doesn't appeal to certain people, doesn't mean that there's not a lot of people out there that it does appeal to. And I think a lot of people forget that, myself included. Travis McGuire, a couple of people in the Animal Crossing centric Discord asked me about Pac-Man, and I told them how to sign up, and they were impressed with it. Nice. That's awesome. They should get the word out about the 2-hour refund time. I can't just try games anywhere else that I know of. Yeah, I think that 2-hour refund time is supposed to be, like, you're not supposed to use that as a chance to demo the game. And my guess is if you use it too often, they're going to say, you know what? I don't think that we're going to return this one anymore. And Steam is kind of the same way. Based on the Outcasters trailer today. Oh man, yeah, I forgot about that. There was an Outcasters trailer today, and damn it, that game looks fun. And those guys lied. They said we're not part of the good stuff, and they were part of the good stuff. You fibbers. Okay. I'm Andrew. Andrew, I'm not going to try and pronounce your last name because I don't want to mess it up. He says, I'm convinced you are a Google employee. Dude, I'm wearing a Twitch hoodie. I'm wearing a Twitch hoodie. I'm not a Google employee. But I would gladly work for Google if they would pay me enough. I thought, John Eisenmenger, I thought they said we're not part of the good stuff. The Twitch hoodie is a misdirection. That's right. It's totally a misdirection. DeWild, I tried the Humankind demo over lunch. It's really nice. A bit confusing, but I'm getting the hang of it. Feels maybe a bit too cluttered compared to Civ. That's a possibility. Treviousness. Treviocious. Trevs is what I'm going to call you. I always mess that up. Look at all those cool emotes. So yeah, let's talk about Ark real quick. Now, here's my question about Ark. I know that that's a game where you fight dinosaurs and stuff. Is that the game where like you start out naked and you wander around and you have to poop and stuff? Because I've never played Ark. Or is that some other game? Yeah, that's the one? Okay. So weird. So Ark is a hugely popular game. Very, very, very popular game. A lot of people love that game. And having that come to Stadia Pro is really, really great. I find it odd that they announced it so far in advance. Like, hey, it's coming next year. Excuse me. It's coming next year to Stadia Pro. But, you know, cool. I'm not really interested in it. I'll try it out. You know, it's a free game. I'm not going to complain. I'll try it out, but it's probably not my kind of game, and that's okay. Not every game has to be for me. In fact, today, you know, we talked about. So let me look again. So today we've got Humankind, Ark Evolved, Orcs Must Die 3. Those are the big 3 announcements for today, right? Am I forgetting something? I don't think so, because they only had 5 minutes to go over it. I think I got everything. So of those things, I don't really care about any of them. Like, I'm not super excited about any of them. I'll try out Humankind, but I'm not super excited about it, you know? But that doesn't mean I don't think it's good for the platform. Jeff Carrier says, Bill, I'm trying to decide white or wasabi. Dude, wasabi all day long. I added the wasabi controller to my cart about 17 times yesterday because it's on sale right now. God, I don't understand why they didn't mention that the controllers are on sale. Actually, you know what? I'll talk about that in a second. I added the wasabi controller to my cart like 15 times yesterday. And I kept saying, you know what? I really don't need another controller. It would be nice to play games because we have 2 controllers in the house now. We've got my Founders controller. We've got my son's white Premier Edition controller. And I kind of want to get a 3rd controller so that we can play games like Cake Bash. You know? But I don't know how much we would really play Cake Bash. So I'm not sure if I need to spend that money, and that's money I could spend on other stuff. And I feel like that it would just cause one of the controllers to sit there and do nothing, because we really wouldn't play Cake Bash all that much. As good as the game as it is, we wouldn't play it enough to justify a $50 expense. Now, if there were a lot more couch co-op style games on Stadia, then I probably would jump in on getting a 3rd controller, but I'm not sure if I should. Now, I said a minute ago that I was going to talk about something, and I forgot what it is. Just a minute ago, I said, oh, let me talk about this. And I said, you know what? Let me finish my thought about the Wasabi controller first. And I don't remember what it is. So if you remember in chat, because I don't listen when I talk. I just talk. No, yeah, we were talking about controllers, but there was something else. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much, Root Verani. The deal's not mentioned yesterday. Or today. My gut reaction was to say, why the hell aren't you telling people that the controllers are on sale? That was my initial reaction. Why aren't you telling people that the controllers are on sale when you have them focused in this 5-minute little thing with Lamar Wilson and Lauren's Slide? I can't remember her name. When you've got people focused on this, why aren't you telling everybody that the controllers are on sale for 15% off or $15 off, something like that? I thought that was a mistake. But then I realized I was wrong. And here's why it's not a mistake. Because right now, what this good stuff thing is supposed to focus on is A, telling people about things that are on the way, which is cool. And B, the fact that you don't have to spend any money on Stadia in order to participate in this stuff. And if they included those, the sale, like, hey, we've got these controllers on sale, there might be some people who would see that, and because, if you want to play an Xbox game, you got to buy an Xbox, they would translate that to, if I want to play a Stadia game, I got to buy a Stadia controller. And then they just wouldn't try it because they would see, oh, it's $50 for the controller. Well, I'm just going to pass. So I think that's probably the reason why they decided not to talk about or hype up the fact that the controllers were on sale. And that's just, I was thinking about that after the fact. Lauren Z Slide. Thank you very much, Lucas. Liam Fay has a great point. They should sell a controller with a game bundle. I absolutely think so. Let's see, what would be a game like Orcs Must Die 3? They should make an Orcs Must Die themed controller and sell it with a copy of Orcs Must Die. Like, that would be cool. Get that in stores. Do the same thing with The Division 2. Especially now that you don't have to have it wired on a PC or on a computer. Cedric Crenshaw, why do you think they use streamers to announce and not Stadia employees? Well, because people already know. I mean, just because I don't know who Lauren, I'll just say Lauren because I've forgotten her last name or her name again. Just because I don't know who that is doesn't mean that a lot of people don't. Somebody in chat yesterday told me she has like 4 million subs or something like that. And Lamar Wilson, he's a huge YouTuber. Like, I've been watching his stuff for years. Like, I don't subscribe to him. Not for any particular reason. I subscribe to very few people. But what I do is anytime I see his face in like my recommended feeds, I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch this because Lamar's a funny guy. So I usually click on his videos, and he's great. Thank you very much, Ruben Dajiling. Thank you, Ruben. I appreciate it, man. How's your win-loss record in Dead by Daylight there, Ruben? Trezdog says, Bill and Lloyd for day 3 announcements. Unfortunately, I think that they probably already have that stuff filmed and ready to go. And Lloyd and I, well, definitely not me. I don't know if they contacted Lloyd on the sly, but I'm not in any of them. I would love to be in them. Like I saw some people on Twitter. They were complaining that people like Lloyd and myself weren't included in this particular ad thing. Well, first off, we've never been included in that kind of thing. But like, we don't have a very big reach. Like, we just passed 8,000 subscribers this week, I think it was. And 8,000, while I'm flabbergasted that we have 8,000 people who have subscribed to our channel. That's crazy to me. On YouTube, that's like nothing. Like, there are people who have cats that have more subscribers than we do. So they're not going to use us. And like, they don't need to convince you guys to try Stadia. They need to convince new people to try Stadia. So why would they use us? Happy says, well, you are wearing Twitch clothes. Well, it's a comfortable hoodie. Power Fantastic says, I wouldn't even know these people were streamers. Well, I don't know who, man, I cannot remember. Lauren is, but Lamar, he's been like, I remember the first time I saw him was on Twit, This Week in Tech. Stadia Cat's second channel incoming. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Google, feel free to send me a comfortable Stadia hoodie or a YouTube hoodie or something like that. Oh, he did a show with OMG Chad? Nice. We've had Tom Merritt on the show before. He used to be at Twit. Getting Doc could be huge. Would love to see Stadia Cast in a Stadia ad. I would love that too. I think that would be incredibly rad. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Liam Fay says, I'm not sure if you heard about Luna, but it has ads. Would you imagine if this horrible idea comes to Stadia? It's not just Luna that has ads. Like 2K, NBA 2K21 has ads in the loading screens. And that is nonsense. Especially because that nonsense happened. Now, I don't know if that's on Stadia. But that nonsense happened after. Let me think for a second. Like a month after the game launched. After all the reviews were out. Then they put ads in the game. That's messed up, man. That's not cool. That's not how you do things. That's incredibly slimy. That ticked me off. And if I had, like, I don't really review very many games because I have to finish a game before I will review it. Which is why I've only reviewed like Guilt and Darksiders and Borderlands 3. Like, I haven't reviewed many in Doom. I haven't reviewed many. Those are all on this channel. So make sure that you do all of the things. But like, if I had reviewed that game and then they changed it afterwards, man, I might, like, if I were IGN or something, I might say, guess what? We're not reviewing your games anymore. You don't get to do that. That's nonsense. Yeah, Lord Vivek, I kind of feel the same way. I don't like that guy. NBA said it was a mistake and they're looking to fix it. No, it's okay. That's what they said. But my guess is that they're like, all right, let's hit this button and see how people react. We're testing the waters here. Oh no, people are mad? Well, I guess we'll stop. I don't believe that for a second. The ads in Luna are so far only for their controller, and they only are when the game launches. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't tried it because I applied for Luna. I didn't get in yet. Once I get in, I'll try it out and I'll make up my mind then. I'm not going to make up my mind based on what other people are saying. Choco Omega says, Lauren's Eastside forced enthusiasm is kind of annoying, to be honest. I didn't come off to me as forced. Maybe that's just the way that she is. And I thought she did a good job. Pilks UK, the future looks bleak. $80 to $100 games, loot boxes, DLC, battle pass, season passes, and now adverts. Paying to view ads reminds me far too much of cable TV. Yeah, I know what you mean. Although I haven't, it's weird. I haven't watched ads in forever. Where would I see ads? I would see them on YouTube, but I have YouTube Premium. That allows me to watch YouTube, still support content creators, and have YouTube Music, like, which is what we're listening to right now. And then on TV, we haven't had like cable, like actual TV in our house. I'm gonna say in 10 years, probably more. We cut the cord a long time ago. Daniel Brennan says, it still happens in sneaky ways on YouTube. Okay. Those are ads where the content creator got paid themselves by the product that's being placed. And that doesn't bother me at all. Like, those are in-video ads. Those are totally fine with me. Happy, have I seen the Humankind intro video from the devs? It's great. I have not seen that, no. Yeah, I agree with Igor. If you don't know that person, you don't know if they were forcing hype or not. I suppose if you watch somebody like me, everybody else seems super, like, sparky or something because I'm so low-key. It plays when you launch the game for the first time. Oh, okay. I'll check it out later. I'm not gonna stream this game because it's not a very good streaming game, I would assume. Daniel Brennan says, I just noticed there are a lot more video ads recently, so they're starting to bother me. But that's why those creators are able to continue doing what they do. If they don't make money, they have to go do something else to make money. So if you want people to continue to make content, then they're going to have to do that kind of thing. And if I were able to get those kind, I've got to move this. It's driving me crazy. If I were able to get those kind of sponsorships, I would do it too. Give me 1 second, everybody. There we go. I fixed it. RJC, thank you very much for the super chat. Fist bump right there, my friend. You heard Arc is 200 gigs, cloud advantage there. Oh, let me see. I don't know. Arc install size. I spelled Arc wrong. Arc install size. 60 gigs, according to Steam. Oh my goodness. Thank you very much. Nameless Ninja. Yeah, see, I moved that over there now instead of on my forehead. Do you think we will see more AAA games soon? Maybe. I mean, we've got Cyberpunk coming. We've got Phoenix Rising coming. We just got Doom Eternal Last Action Hero, or whatever the hell the name is of the expansion, yesterday. We've got lots and lots of AAA games. Oh, that's right. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Watch Dogs is coming next week. There's like the whole thing about AAA games. While that was true at the beginning, it's becoming less and less true as time goes on. And all of the, what's the word I'm looking for? All of the consternation around what kind of games are all of the stuff that people say about Stadia not having this or not having that stuff will slowly disappear over time. Like, that's not always going to be the case. It takes time. Nameless Ninja says again, thank you again for your support, my friend. They said unannounced, or ports, I mean. Sorry. Nameless Ninja, I'm not going to ask you to super chat again in order to make your point, because I'm not understanding what you mean by that second part. Do I think that we will see unannounced AAA games come to Stadia? Definitely. And I think we'll see plenty of those. Daniel Brennan says, this is how I prefer to support content creators. And this is that, you know, that's a real look. I just want to point out to everybody that the revenue that Lloyd and I make from this channel is like 80% coming from you guys, directly from you guys. And a small portion of that is for people who are watching the ads, and an even smaller portion of that is from YouTube Premium. But a vast majority of the revenue that we make from doing this comes from you guys supporting us either through super chats or applause or becoming members, and we really do appreciate that. Let's see. That's right, Sekiro is coming. Although that's a port, and I don't think that... I'm not sure if Nameless Ninja is talking about ports. Sammy on Stadia. Which day had better announcements between yesterday and today? That's a great question, and I think everybody is going to have different answers for that. For me, yesterday, because that Pac-Man game is chef's kiss. Like, that Pac-Man game is fantastic. I love it. I'm having so much fun with it. So for me, yesterday was a better announcement day. So Nameless Ninja says, for example, things like Rainbow Six Siege or other popular games that are not yet on Stadia are more and more day-and-date announcements. I think that that's happening as we speak. That's going to happen more and more often the longer that Stadia is out. You have to remember that a lot of people, or not that a lot of people, you have to remember that it takes a really long time to make a video game, and porting it to an unfamiliar platform is going to take even longer. Now, Stadia's been out for about a year now, and that means that developers are getting better at it. And so, you know, as new games come out next year, the year after, and so on, more and more of them are going to be day and date on Stadia. And that means more and more people are going to be able to try those games because of this cool demo thing. This demo thing is a huge, huge thing for the gaming industry. If I were making video games, I would say we absolutely have to be on Stadia so that we can do those demos where nobody has to download anything. Because that's huge. And you could do demo weekends. Like, you could be like, hey everybody, we got a free weekend for we've already done it once, but it was only for Pro, and that was for Division 2, right? They did like a free weekend for Stadia Pro. But if they do that with this same thing as like Pac-Man and Humankind and tomorrow with Phoenix Rising, that's going to be huge. And that's going to sell a lot of games. And that's going to bring in a lot of people that otherwise wouldn't be able to play those games because they don't have the hardware for it. And I think that that's really fantastic, especially if you are looking at everything with a long lens. If you are looking at things without being myopic, I think that people can then understand how this can be huge for the gaming industry as a whole. But if you only look at the short term, all of that stuff doesn't seem nearly as obvious. Happy birthday, Eddie. No. There you go. Happy birthday, Eddie. I don't even know if that picked up on the mic. Yeah, I play the ukulele. No, I'm not going to play music. I used to play guitar, but I can't play guitar anymore because I can't bend my elbow as far as I need to. So like, if you look, I'm flexing as hard as I can, and I can't go any further than that. Whereas on this side, I can touch my shoulder if I want. Eddie Player One, who, by the way, is a Stadia content creator, so make sure you check out his channel. What do you think of Fallen Order coming to Stadia? Chances of pro title, in your opinion? I don't know, man. I mean, there's been so many really great pro games. I think that there's a chance, but part of me says EA, like, I don't know. I don't know if a company makes as much. Here's the thing. A company like EA with a platform that includes Star Wars, they don't need help selling copies of that game. They don't need to convince people to try it out. People are going to pick that game up. I think free weekend might be something that could happen. I don't think it's impossible. Yes, this was the reason that I can't do that is because of the accident that I had a few years back. I also can't straighten it. Like, that's as straight as my elbow gets. Which makes doing push-ups difficult because my left arm or my right arm goes further than my left arm does. That's why I've got my fancy weight set. Liam Fay, do you think Activision is joining the boat? Well, we already have a game published by Activision confirmed for Stadia. That would be Shadows Die, Sekiro. I don't know how to say that game. Shadows Die Twice. That's an Activision published game. Now, it's not developed by Activision, but it's published by Activision, and that's coming. So, I think it's possible that we see other Activision games. Lloyd says, broken down Bill. That's me, man. No, I don't do push-ups because it hurts my elbow. That's why I've got this cool weight set where you change the weight by turning a dial, and it changes out the plates. It's really cool, but it was expensive. But I got it for Christmas a couple years back, I think. Was it Christmas or birthday? I can't remember. Karnak, do you think Stadia will get Monster Hunter World? I think so. I mean, we know Capcom's making something. I anticipate that Monster Hunter World, as well as the Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8, are all going to come to Stadia at some point. Old Gamer Geezer, welcome to supporters. Thank you very much for the support. We appreciate you. Chris Lee says, Day 2 shows that Google are listening to people. People are asking for games like Civ 6. Although it's impossible to get all IP on Stadia, Humankind are games that scratch that itch. Yeah, I think so. I don't think that that's because they're listening. I think it's just because it makes sense. So Tzerk is saying Division 2 and Borderlands 3 both have short campaigns and they were both free for a weekend. And while that is true, you also have to remember that those are games that are really heavily focused on multiplayer. Oh my goodness, Old Gamer Geezer just went from supporters to heroes. My hero. Thank you very much. And because you're a hero, I'll play you a song. There you go. One geezer to another. Has anyone tested out the click-to-play links? There are click-to-play links in the description down below. If you click on those, you would be playing Pac-Man and or Humankind right away. Oh, you can't hear the ukulele? Yeah, I wasn't playing it very loud. I would have to tilt the microphone down. My biggest problem with the click to play links, well, first off, they should be buttons. They should be buttons that are attached. What the? What's the reminder? What's the reminder? Oh! Hey, guys, I forgot. I had Jeff Kanata, who's awesome, on an episode of 143 Pixels, and I need to send out a tweet real quick. Hold on. Big thanks to Jeff Kanata for joining me on the latest episode of 100 of at Pixels 143. We had so much fun talking about being a nerd and RPGs, specifically his favorite game of all time. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to remember Ultima 7. Check out the full episode at 143pixels.com. All right. And let's attach. Oh, let's attach. Okay. I have to listen to this because I want to make sure that it's about like what I think it is. So give me just 1 second. Sorry.
It's a wild to me, the world that we're living in now, where geek culture is culture. Geek culture is the mainstream culture. I mean, the biggest movies, the biggest books, the biggest properties of biggest TV shows. I mean, everything is the stuff that I was made fun of for liking when I was a kid. And it's all now like the coolest stuff, which kind of still seems surreal to me in a large sense. But at that time.
All right, cool. So let me tweet that out. Tweet. Okay, there we go. Copy link to tweet. Score. All right, let me bring the music back on. Two N's, one T, that's right. Unpin message. Check out my interview with Jeff Kanata on 143 Pixels. All right, there we go. Sorry, I got distracted by that because he was on the show yesterday and I forgot to tweet about it. So I set a reminder for myself today. Okay. So I was talking about the click to play. The click to play thing. First off, it needs to be a button and it needs to be automatically attached to every single game that is available on Stadia. So if I am watching a video for Doom Eternal, like it should show the game art for Doom Eternal underneath, and then there should be a button that says play now. But my second biggest problem with it, if they don't do that, is that as a content creator, I don't have any way to easily get those links where they don't look like a disaster. Like, there is no button. If I go into Stadia, there is on my browser, there's no share button that gives me a shortened URL. There's no easy way to get a good URL to put in the description of my videos. Jeff Carrier, let's just try and use family-friendly language. But I don't know, maybe? I mean, right now, you know, Google is getting sued by the Justice Department for anti-competitive things, which I think is ridiculous myself. Like, if you're going to go after somebody for anti-competitive stuff, it should be the ISPs. Froggy says, when are you having John back on? As soon as John wants to. And to Zerk, I know it can be an end screen button for YouTube videos, but it's not easy to make. Like, it's kind of a hassle. No, it's not a big deal, Jeff. Some people don't know how... I don't know. Don't know my expectations. Dr. Death says, I've not seen the end screen buttons used. Do they work now? I don't know if they work. Well, I mean, I'm sure that they work now. I haven't tried them myself. Xander, do you think they really left the best for last, as they said on the video today? Meaning we'll get some real wow news. And I assume you mean wow, not as in like World of Warcraft, but as in like, I don't know. You know, the demo for tomorrow is Phoenix Rising. And that's going to garner a lot of excitement. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to see that Phoenix Rising thing. And they're going to be like, hot damn, this is amazing. So, like, even if they did nothing else, I think that's pretty good. But I'm sure that they have more to talk about. My guess is we'll get a release date for Madden or FIFA, which I don't care about, but a lot of people do. There was a click to play button for the... So if we look at this real quick, where is it here? Okay, that's... Yeah, here we go. This is perfect. So right here is the Ark Survive Evolved thing, right? And then it says Ark Survive Evolved, browse game. There should be a button right there in this empty spot that says play now. Obviously not with this particular game because it's not available on Stadia yet, but there should be a button right here that just says play, and then I can click it and it launches into Stadia or takes me to the Stadia store if I don't own the game. I mean, that's just a no-brainer, and I don't understand why they're not doing it. YouTube really seems to be the ones who don't understand why UI is so important. Like, they had such a good UI with YouTube Gaming, and then they just threw it in the trash. That UI on YouTube Gaming was fantastic. It was really, really good. And the UI for watching streams now is terrible. Absolutely terrible. Especially if you're looking on a fancy monitor. So I'm going to mute this. But look at this. I've got a 4K monitor here. And look at all of the wasted space. Like, and if I go into theater mode, it pushes chat down here underneath instead of making chat fill up the right-hand side of the screen with the video over on this side of the screen. That is terrible UI design. Terrible UI design. If we look at Twitch, in you know, as opposed to that, and I'm gonna go to this is a good friend of mine, that chap Zap. He's streaming right now. Okay, I'm just gonna show you guys what this looks like. This is what Twitch looks like, but if I hit the theater mode button, it makes the video like full screen basically, and chat fills up the right hand side. And if I make this completely full screen, like here, I'll do this. Oh, he just got up and left. But you can see how it's completely filled up. That's so much better than what we have on YouTube Gaming, which is just a shame. I will say this, the YouTube app, at least on iOS, I haven't used it on Android in ages, but the YouTube app on iOS is fantastic, and watching streams on it is really good. But the experience on a PC, or I'm assuming a Mac, is just as bad because it's just a browser, is really, really lacking in my opinion. Eddie Player One says, not sure if you saw Luna's interface, but the button is there on Twitch. The button to just hit play? That's awesome. It's not better to de-emphasize it. When you're streaming, half the reason people come to a stream is to talk to the other people. Hello, Vicky Gregory. How are you? Hang on, I gotta send a quick text. Only take me a second. Oh, why can't I? Oh, there we go. There we go. Stadia Game says, I don't want to talk to these monkeys. Look, the whole reason that I started streaming is for chat. Like, I was used to playing, you know, MMOs and stuff like that, where when I'm playing a game, I'm always interacting with somebody. And I felt like I was missing out. Like, single player games just were not as fun for me because I didn't have somebody to interact with while I was playing the game. So I thought, I'll start streaming, and then while I'm playing the game, I'll have people to talk to, and that'll be more fun that way. And it absolutely is. Dr. Death says, I wish replying to people in chat was easier. Yeah, me too. There's like on Twitch, there's a button. Like, you can click a button and it lets you reply. Like, YouTube, just steal Twitch's UI and you're going to win. Root Verani says, Stadia streams like this are getting 200 to 300 plus viewers. It's getting bigger. Great job, guys. Thank you. Yesterday, I had 400 people watching. 400 people were watching my stream, which is bonkers to me. Like, whenever I am like, well, you know, comparing myself to other, because that's we all do that. We all look at other streamers and stuff, and we compare ourselves, and we say, man, they're doing so much better than I am. How come they're doing so much better than I am? And then I forget, you know, my brain says, oh, you know what? When I put out an episode of Nintendo Switchcraft, thousands of people hear it. When I turn on a stream for Stadia Cast, hundreds of people show up and talk to me. And then I try and imagine all of those people in one place, and it just blows my mind. So thank you guys for hanging out. It makes doing this stuff so much more fun. Showtime says, I'm watching you talk about Stadia while playing a game on Luna. Well, at least you're watching me talk about Stadia. Tony P. Henderson says we're our own worst critics. Oh my God, I am. I'm absolutely my own worst critic. Just a sec, I'm refilling my water. Marique says, after Baldur's Gate 3, I was hoping we'd get a port of Divinity Original Sin. I absolutely think that's going to come at some point. It's awesome. It's such a good game. And the sequel's really good too. And I would love it if more people got to play it because they don't have a fancy computer, but they got the internet. Hey, David Rodriguez. Bill's got a Brita on hand. That's brilliant. That's right, I do. Is it worth getting the new Google TV dongle, or are you better off with the Chromecast Ultra? I mean, I don't have it yet. Lloyd has it, and he says it's really, really good. I want one, but it doesn't support Stadia yet, so I think I'm going to hold off. When it supports Stadia, I'm definitely going to buy it because most of the people in my house would very much prefer to use something that has a remote instead of something where they have to use their phone to control it or their voice. Does Xbox xCloud work on Apple now? No. What works on Apple now is Xbox game streaming. So you are streaming from your physical Xbox that you have in your house to your phone. Apple has said that's totally fine. If you're streaming it from hardware that belongs to you, then it's fine. You can go ahead and do that. Same reason why Steam something, I can't remember what it's called, Steam something works. Same reason why like you can stream from your PS4 to your phone. Stupid Rabbit. Bill, are you going to get the iPhone 12, keep the current, or jump ship to Android? I don't know. I don't like that the Pixel 5, is it Pixel 5? I don't like that the new Pixel, whatever the number is, I can't remember, doesn't have a super big version. Because I like a bigger phone. I like a bigger phone because I like a bigger battery. I like a bigger phone because I like the bigger screen. And they just have one. And like that's enough to make me say no thanks to the Pixel. As far as getting an iPhone 12, if I were to get an iPhone 12, I would get an iPhone 12 Pro Max because I want the biggest screen. Steam Link, thank you very much. Pixel 5 is pretty big. Yeah, but it's not this big. Damn Fine Gaming says, apparently 5G on iPhone 12 kills your battery in 2.5 hours. Well, 5G on any phone is going to kill your battery faster than not on 5G. But I don't know. I don't care about 5G because most people won't be able to use it. Justin says, then get the Pixel 4 XL. Why? I have a phone. It's right here. I have a phone. I don't need to get a different phone. If there was a tool to migrate my stuff from iOS to Android, I'd consider it. Too much stuff, music, photos, etc. Actually, I think that they have that, Darren. Like, there's a way for you to switch over to Google pretty easily. But the only reason that I would possibly consider switching is A, because Siri is a pile of garbage. B, because Siri's a pile of garbage. Those are the only two. That's the only reason that I would consider switching. I don't need to switch to an Android phone so that I can play Stadia on my phone, because I'm not going to play Stadia on my phone. I don't care about that. That's not something that it interests me even a little. Assistant is fantastic. MKJ, hey, first time on your live. How are you doing today? Great content, by the way. Well, thank you very much, MKJ, for watching and hanging out and coming to the live show. I appreciate it, man. I've used the Amazon one. I use Google Assistant every day because I have the Google Homes here in the house, and I've used Siri, and Google Assistant is definitely the best of the bunch. Hey, Spaghetti, how's it going? Travis McGuire, I love that I can play Stadia on my Note 10 Plus, but it's rare that I actually do. I'm old and taking off my glasses and holding the phone up to my face is not ideal. Weird. You've only used Google and Alexa. Google is better. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so for Darren, I don't have playlists that I use. I just say, hey, keyword, play this kind of music, or hey, keyword, play this song. And then I just listen to whatever it plays for me. I don't have playlists that are curated over time. I just don't care that much. I don't listen to music very much either. Danny says, have I tried Stadium Browser for iOS? It works perfectly. I have tried it, but it's being removed from the App Store because he was using APKs that he wasn't supposed to, I guess. So Stadium's getting removed from the App Store. Roman, am I expecting any Stadia feature drops tomorrow? I don't know. I would have thought that they would have talked about that stuff already, and they haven't. So I think no. I think we're not going to get any new feature drops. I mean, it would be amazing for them to say, and by the way, family sharing is now a thing. But How do you find the iPhone works with your Google ecosystem? I've been considering an iPhone, but Google is my assistant. Well, I have the Google Assistant installed on my phone, but like I don't need it unless I'm at home anyway. Scott Snyder says, just joined. Looks like I missed the good stuff. I'll watch the recorded show. We're still talking about good stuff, but we're kind of meandering and talking about whatever you guys want to talk about. So is there something in particular that you want to hear about for the good stuff there, Scott Snyder? Andre, I talked about the good stuff. Sammy, have I tried Humankind? I haven't tried it yet. I'm not going to try it on stream. It doesn't seem like a great streaming style game. But I'll try it. So, Root Verani, you think that they're saving it for an anniversary Stadia Connect? I mean, maybe. The thing is that you don't have to save stuff for an anniversary. Like, does Nintendo save their Nintendo Directs for March 3rd because the Nintendo Switch came out on March 3rd? Does Microsoft save their Xbox thing? I don't remember what it's called. That's PlayStation, for the anniversary of when the Xbox One came out. Does Sony save the State of Play for whenever the anniversary of when the PS4 came out? No, they talk about stuff when it's time to talk about it. This is an arbitrary date in the sand, and it's perfectly reasonable for them to say, okay, whatever. Let's announce stuff when we have stuff to announce. Tazurk says, Immortals demo tomorrow. I'm excited for that one. That one looks really fun. So I tweeted out earlier, what did you think of the event? Let's see what people had to say. You guys can reply to that tweet, by the way, and vote. So let's see what people said. I'm gonna refresh it. So of the people who voted, wow, that's pretty evenly split between great and meh. Very few people thought it was bad. That's good. That's better than yesterday. If we go to yesterday, where's the tweet from yesterday? 25% of people yesterday said it was disappointing. 60% said it was okay. And then we go back to today, only 10% said it was bad. I didn't use the same words because I couldn't remember them off the top of my head. Let's look at some of the replies to yesterday's, though. All right. Let's see what people said yesterday. Look, there's my cat right there. Here we go. So Glenn Carton said it was less than expected, but I was fine with it. Some news is better than no news. We still have 2 more days, people. That's a good point. This was from yesterday, by the way, not from today. Savage says, content-wise, I was leaning towards the awesome. Presentation-wise, I thought it was disappointing. That's a really, really good point. I can make a poll on YouTube. I can? In the middle of a live stream? Hang on. No, I can't. How do I do it? Well, first off, thank you for the super chat. How do I make a poll on YouTube. I don't see any buttons to let me do it. Oh, it's a super dino. I know you can on a video, but on a live stream, I don't think so. I don't see any way to do it. Be cool if you could, though. Stream a crowd play game. I'm not streaming a game right now. I'm actually going to wrap up soon. I have to record my Nintendo show. Unless you guys want me to record my Nintendo show here so I can keep talking to you. But I have to record my Nintendo show today. So I'm gonna wrap up soon. All right, we'll go back to that tweet. Okay, so Savage made a really good point. He said, content-wise, I was leaning towards awesome. Presentation-wise was rather disappointing. That's a really good point. Content-wise, I think it's important for people to remember, like, there were so many people that I saw that said this would have been better as a stealth drop. I said the same exact thing. I said this would have been better as a stealth drop. People would have been more excited for this. Which means that the content itself was pretty damn good. It's just we would have preferred to have been more surprised. And I think that says a lot about how good this particular stuff was. Stupid Rabbits. My wife still mentions every time she sees the Super Dino, she says, hey, you made that. And they still use it? Yeah, we still use it, Mrs. Rabbit. Just reading what you guys are saying. Lars Ray. Chill, guys. You know we're going to get GTA 5 on Stadia tomorrow. I doubt it. I doubt it. Scott Snyder says, do you stream the Nintendo show? I usually stream it over on my Twitch channel, but I can just do it here if you guys want. No, I'm not going to play Skyrim or Minecraft. This would be a perfect time to be able to do a YouTube poll. Andre French, 6 minutes tomorrow? I personally think that it would have been better for them to do everything on one day and not tell anybody about it ahead of time. And I said that yesterday. Nate Smith, somebody said earlier that Uplay official announcement is not coming this week, but I don't know if it's true. Scott Snyder said, I'd stay and watch the show. If you guys would watch me do the Nintendo show right here, type an N in chat. The N is for Nintendo. All right. It seems like people might be interested. Chris Scott says it would be good if their videos had a countdown timer. I think, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but I think that they don't post that stuff ahead of time because there might be ways for people to find out information about it being a premiere. You know what I mean? Like they might be able to dig information out of it or find the video somehow if they have the URL. I don't know if that's true, but that might be the reason why. Yeah, Jem would find out. Jem would dig it out quick. Well, we can keep talking while I build my show notes for Switchcraft. Xander Strange, Bill, what battle royale do you prefer, Pac-Man or Mario 35? I don't know, man. That Mario 35 one is so damn good, but the Pac-Man one is really good as well. But they're also so different. You know what I mean? Marvy, be quiet. Damn Fine Gaming, you're not gonna get me to argue with you there. Oh, straw poll, that's a good idea. I always forget about straw poll, and I always forget how to spell straw poll. There we go. Will you watch me record Nintendo Switchcraft? Yes. No. Create poll. Share. Copy. There we go. You guys can vote right there. I'm just curious. Yeah, I didn't give people a way to say no last time. If Mario 35 had matches that go 16 to 17 minutes, had to nap at... Yeah, Mario 35 matches are too long. Like, there's no good way... Excuse me. They need a good way to have the matches end sooner. You would have commented sooner, but you were busy eating pizza. Oh, I want pizza. Well, what I think that they should do, Lloyd, is once you get to a certain point in that game, like they should start really throwing crazy things at you. Like multiple Bowsers on the screen and, you know, a bunch of Lakitus throwing those the red guys. What are the red guys called? Spinies? Epad, did you lift those weights and use that stupid bike like you promised? I lifted the weights. I didn't use the bike. I'm going to use the bike tomorrow morning. It's always one or the other. I need you guys to vote. All right, click on that link right there and vote. Let me know what you guys, if you guys would watch Nintendo Switchcraft. If the pizza's heavy enough, then it's a weightlifting. Man, I really want pizza. Yes, also vote early. Did you guys see... I won't bring it up. Never mind. I'll show you guys the weight that I use. It's so cool. So you can turn this dial and it changes how much it weighs. Which is really cool. Yeah, I used it this morning. I would like to get the stand that makes them taller. How does that work? So there's like, I can't bring the whole thing over here, and but there's like a bunch of little of plates that are like in all of these slots, and you put the handle into the, here, let me do this. You put the handle into the middle, and then you turn the weights or the dials, and it changes. It holds on to different plates, and then you pick it up and it weighs different, if that makes sense. Take my upvote, Lloyd. All right, I'm gonna give you guys just a couple more minutes to help me decide if I'm gonna stream Switchcraft here. Bill is an imposter. You guys talking about the most popular game in the world? I can't remember the name of it. What the hell is the name of that game? Among Us. Like, I watched the stream last night of AOC playing with Twitch streamers and stuff. I thought it was really cool. When you change the dial, it adds more weight that is on the floor. No, yeah, you can't change it while holding it. You have to put it in like the box or something and turn the dial, and then it's basically like putting extra plates on the side, but it's super easy to change. Dr. Lupo going off on a chatter was worth the price of admission. Good for him. Matt says it was very apolitical, which was nice. Yeah, the parts that I saw were mostly focused on playing Among Us, and they kept telling people to vote, which was awesome. Yeah, you should vote. Anybody that follows me on Twitter knows where my leanings are. So, and anybody who doesn't agree with me is welcome to disagree with me. Yeah, Lloyd says the yays have it. But if somebody stops listening to my content because they don't like the fact that I lean one way or the other, well, I don't really care. Vote is a universal message. My wife and I go for walks often, and there's this one house that we walk past that has, I love it, it's like these black and white signs out that say vote for elections. And I'm like, there you go. You know what? You're just reminded people to go exercise their right to vote without telling everybody what you're doing. But let's keep the conversation going while I build my show notes. But yeah, everybody should vote. If you are able to vote, you should vote. Like, there's a lot of countries where you don't get to vote. ePad, are you getting a next gen console? Might cancel my order and just stick to Stadia. I mean, I haven't ordered one, and I was all set to buy the next thing because I have a PS4. I was gonna get whatever the next Xbox was, mostly because I'm not happy with my not with my PS4. I'm happy with my PS4. Excuse me. I'm not happy with Sony and the way that they were doing, I don't know, kind of dirtbaggy things. So I was going to go Xbox, but now that I have Stadia, I don't know if I will. Like, it's just not necessary. And if I happen to miss out on God of War or Halo or something, then whatever. It's not the end of the world. Modern Engineer, I'm kind of late. Did you talk about day 2 already? I talked about day 2 a lot. But guess what? You can rewind it right back to the beginning and watch it. That's one of the cool things about streaming on Twitch on YouTube is you can rewind while I'm live, which is incredibly cool. Yeah, that's a good point. Wait 6 months until they work out the bugs and revise the hardware, and then you get a better experience, probably for cheaper and with more games to play or to choose from. Copy post. Daryl Smock liked day 2 more than day 1. How come you liked day 2 more than day 1? I'm curious. Tried going back to my Xbox and it was painful. Stadia spoils you. I would agree with that. Unless you're one of those people that feels like they have to have. Like, if you're one of those people that has to have the best visuals, you're never going to get the best visuals on Stadia. And like, people who are watching this and they're like, you're a Stadia show. How can you say that? Because it's true. I say the truth. There's always going to be artifacting. Riding dragons and shooting guns day 2 wins. Yeah, I like that game's not really for me. Xander Strange. Bill, I swear, Destiny 2 looks and plays better on Stadia than it does on PS4 Pro, though why would that be? Well, I have no idea. And Lars, I agree with Lars. Lars says, for me, flexibility and portability trumps pixels. That's how I feel too. Lars, that's too funny. Yeah, I should ban you for that. Coming with Pro is too huge for me. Wouldn't normally buy it. What splitter do you use in order to be able to record your Chromecast? Lucas, type !gear, and you'll get a list of all of the stuff that I use, and my splitter is in there. It'll have my microphone, my capture card, my camera, my lens, all of that stuff. Daryl Smock Jr. says console doesn't have 4K 60 like Stadia does. Well, Destiny 2 is not actually 4K either. CSTA, I'm curious what you use for lighting. I use two. Well, just click on the gear thing. It'll show you. Hey, what's going on, Stadia Talk? Happy Wednesday to you. What are the stickers for the YouTube app? Oh, so stickers are a way for you to support the content that you're watching. You pay money, the sticker shows up on stream, and we get some of the money. Yeah, I'm loving this 3-day event as well. So listen, guys. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I don't think I'm going to record Nintendo Switchcraft here. I'm going to go over to my Twitch channel and do it. I don't want people to get irritated that I'm talking about Nintendo stuff here. So I'm going to go over to my Twitch channel right now, actually. Okay, so I'm going to give you, and if you want to watch that stream, then head on over to my Twitch channel, which I'm going to give you the link to right here in just a second. Video producer. Twitch.tv. Thanks, Lloyd. Yeah. So if you guys want to continue talking about this stuff, head on over to twitch.tv/runjumpstomp, and I'm going to be recording my my Nintendo show over there, and I hope to see you guys there. All right, so I will see you guys over there in like 5 minutes at most. All right, see you then. Bye, everyone.